everyone. We arranged the another session because Rohit Pandey sir have some urgent meeting. So Dr. Kalpesh Gupta sir, founder of the Pro Bono India and who have a teaching experience more than I can say 2 decades, will going to be enlighten you about the legal tech startup and the innovation for the same. So without not taking much time, over to you, Kalpesh sir.
So yeah, thank you very much, Hiranshi, and all the participants for joining. Actually, and then whenever I get the opportunity to talk on legal aid or legal startup, so I try to share my experience or thought in this particular field. So this is like, we planned a 2 weeks capacity building program on AI technology law with NFSU last year. In that, I took this particular session, and then I also today got the opportunity to share the experience in with ongoing program. So we see, I whenever I keep asking students, even faculty members also, especially obviously this question for the students. So what kind of what they want to do after the law, and then many times, right? And then let me tell you, I didn't plan to do law, and then I obviously didn't plan to become a teacher also. So again, things happen in our life, and then you pick particular field, profession, or any area of interest, at this particular point of time. So we see there are very, limited nowadays. That's fine. In last, I would say 5 6 years, a lot of fields have come up in legal field. But you see earlier, the very few field, I would say, becoming a, like, legal professional or judge or law officer. So 3 4 field that you can see that's available, or people will, used to know, okay, these are the field that we have to go on this particular field. uh, Second, you can keep putting question in the chat box. If anything is there, I will keep taking from there. So if we see, uh, briefly, I will discuss of the startup, majorly focusing on like what we can do in the this particular area. So, what is the need of startup? Why startup succeed? And then, if various example that we'll be discussing on. See, like, startup, you can say it's a young company. So whatever example you saw in yesterday's session and earlier session on the various platforms, right, started by someone else in India or abroad, and then obviously based upon, like, all over the solving the problem with the AI and technology. So this thing, so you can say startup is a young company, like, try to solve a particular problem. We are not going to this particular definition. Need of startup, you can say, whenever anyone asks you, like, what is the need of startup, the first thing, like, recently might have seen our commerce minister while addressing at the particular event. So in India, like, we are solving a like problem, किसी को भूख लगी है, so right, we are, delivering food, or and then so this kind of people are sitting at home, and then they want food at home, and then people are there, you are giving some job and then ask them to deliver the food at that particular place. So this kind of, it was funny. There's a comparative chart, India and then China. What kind of startups, they are coming up, like, tech based, AI based, and we are focusing on. So simply stated, like, this is not a startup, it is a business, right? So that was the statement. I hope some of might have seen, heard that particular statement. So yeah, thank you. So when you're talking about startups, so focusing on problem solving, we know that we'll be, discussing in a while, and that with some innovation, obviously it helps in economic growth and generate employment also. Related to startup, I would say you can just see this TED talk later on. Once we start keep asking, okay, I want to start something or this particular field. So first thing that comes to your mind is, like, the money, right? What, where will I will get the funding, where I'll get the money or support in that way. And different things are there. So this is the analysis. The Bill Gross started many companies, succeeded many company, I feel, in many company, you can say. And so you can see this TED talk later on. Now see the funding is at the bottom. So he gives an example, like timing is again, it's in the top. So he shares a couple of example, like when YouTube started, there was no revenue model. You know how the YouTube is earning money with the help of ad, and then, people are, we are like, other people are creating content on that particular platform. So and then obviously they are also earning money when, having good number of, there's a threshold, you start earning money after, like, views and likes on particular platform. Another platform, like, that Uber, Ola, like Uber, when they started, like, driver also wanted to have some extra money. So this is like, for example, now everybody, like most of participants, I would say everybody is using UPI, GPay, Paytm, right? Whichever other platforms, Amazon Pay, and then other WhatsApp. Again, now we are also paying from WhatsApp also. In that way, like how we started using that particular. So timing was there, like Corona time, demonetization, right? So that way we started using money. Otherwise, everything is going in cash or bank. That kind of transaction was used to happen. And then another point you can see, like talk about timing idea. I have great idea, great amount of money. And but nowadays, because of ecosystem, right? You can get funding from various from your institution, from central government, state government. So things are there right now. But again, it's all about the timing. So this is not ideal, I would say. Sometimes you have great idea, nobody can compete in your idea, right? Comparable. Uh, in that way, also you can succeed. You have a great team, you have good business model, revenue model that can be done. So right, so you see, so it depends, right? It is again his analysis. I so believe in this particular analysis and experience that I believe also timing. What whenever you think you start doing that particular in activities. Now you see there are example of like people think on what is entrepreneurship. So entrepreneur, I'm not asking questions. Sorry, I keep asking questions, but then it will take a lot of time and in couple of hours to discuss. So I'm going little bit fast. So you see entrepreneurship is an umbrella. Like we know Tata, Ambani, Adani, they are entrepreneurs. So entrepreneurship includes startups. After startup, out of certain point, Facebook, again, they were startup, right? WhatsApp, Facebook, and Zomato, they were startups. After certain point of time, there is no year, right? Once you grow across certain limit, again, it's not fixed, right? And then you move to become an entrepreneur. See, different nomenclatures are there. Somebody starting in technology, so it's called a techpreneur. Somebody starting education sector, called edupreneur. And then woman something starting, right? So womanpreneur. Different terminologies are there. Now you see, social entrepreneurship again is little bit different. So there is a social problem, right? And then you want to solve that particular problem with an innovative approach. Obviously that revenue model will be there. And then it may not be like necessary NGO. When you're talking about social entrepreneurship, okay, it will be NGO. The answer is no. Example, let me give you like Miracle Courier. You can see examples of MIRAKLE, not CLE. So again, the it's a courier company that they hire different dumb people as a courier boy. So you can see there is a issue that you won't be, hiring people who are, differently able. So that is the thing. Even like for example, they are different dumb. You won't be sending those people on ground. So that things are there. So again, this is called social entrepreneurship. Again, differ from normal, the regular entrepreneurship. You can say different. Again, terminologies are there that we are not discussing right now. You might have seen Shark Tank, how people are coming, right? They're pitching their idea. There are movies also, and then web series also. I hope some of might have seen this particular thing. Now, with this startup ecosystem, you can see in India, like starting from idea. It's not like so you could like you have idea that ecosystem will be there. Your institution or a particular thing will be there. Office will be there. So you can get idea right from ideation stage. You just concept, you prepare a prototype, right? You put it in the market, you validate, and then you launch and then scale and establish. So this is the part of, so that's why you can say there is a part of ecosystem. And then various like institution, incubator system, mentors, college, universities, investors, these are all are part of startup ecosystem. Now you see, after started India campaign, a lot of things started happening. Right before that, it's a very difficult. You ask people, I want to know, you want to start a business, so it's a very difficult task because of this campaign and a lot of central state level policy that things are started happening, and then you can see there are thousands of startups are there, and now you can see what states are doing in ranking. So four times the ranking have been done. So you can see different categories from best performer, top performer. So 2018, you can see Gujarat is in top. And then you see 2019, again Gujarat top performer in Karnataka. And this is the third ranking best performer, Gujarat and Karnataka right now. Now you can see. And then this is the fourth ranking. So now this time they're divided in category A and B. So in best performer, you can say Gujarat, Karnataka, Kerala, Tamil Nadu is there. And right side in category B, you can see Himachal Pradesh is there. Now see what they are doing, right? What kind of, this is a figure you can see. This is the latest report, fourth report, right? Fourth time ranking. So DPIIT again, the number of startup you can see, and then the employment they generated, jobs created, and then what are the like funding to startup. There you can, this is the latest figure from the report. Now see again, right? This is again we had a like exhibition. You can see right side. This is me, and then explaining people like related to the what is a legal startups, and then bottom you can see here the law student, right? So don't think every time uh, law student and law faculty will be starting something a legal field. Answer is no. Uh, the student, right, bottom left you can see here. So he started a platform. He got truck sport. So uh, again AI based and technology related platform, right, helping truck the transport related thing. And then he also got a funding of around 2 lakh rupees from Gujarat National Law University and 10 lakh rupees from one of the scheme of Gujarat government. So these are again other couple of examples are also there related to this field. You can see there now legal startup you can see now. Can anybody tell me like what are the problems in the legal system? You can divide what are the, tell me like whatever we are listening for last 4 5 days, their AI is solving problem, right, in drafting, in summarizing, in it's our, it save our time, right, it save our money also. Yes. Okay, pendency of cases, thank you. You can put in the chat box, I will read out pendency of cases. Then in legal field overall you just think, not only one field. Okay, pendency of cases, okay, yes. Okay, time consumed. Okay, thank you. Pendency of cases that we need uh, solution for that. Yes, time consumed. Okay, just be fast, fast. Otherwise, it will take more 1 hour. We won't be. Quality of young lawyers. Yeah, thank you. Pendency of cases, time consumed. Quality of young lawyers. Okay. Implementation of law in ground level. Okay, thank you, Pratik. Okay. Now you can see in the diagram, right, on the presentation. So that I have divided in the four-way majority. So like Swati stated, pendency of cases. So it talks about judiciary, right? So I have divided in four part. Legal education. We start, doing, attending law school, like doing LLB, LLM, and then various other courses. So legal education part. Then after doing law, we go to like legal profession. There are issues are there, certain issues like quality of young lawyers. I can see I think Swati, she stated time consume. Again, in legal profession, judiciary and law enforcement also, you can put it this element, the time, consumption of time. Implementation of law in the ground level, yes. You can let me connect like legal, educations. So whatever they're teaching, right? Something is different things is happening on the ground. We are teaching like in a particular law, these are the rule, regulation, and procedural aspect. But if you go to legal profession, the things are different. We go to judiciary, things are different. The law enforcement agency, like police or CBI or any other investigation agency. So that way things are different. So yes, any other points? I got 4 points in the chat box. Any other thoughts from your side? Just anything. You can keep putting in chat box. Okay. Yeah. Less number of judges. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. These are the issues are there. So legal startup, you can say here, we are into legal services, right? Whatever is like, innovation. So lack of connectivity with remote areas. Yes. That is also one of the problem. We see like, so provide improving in the legal service delivery. So what we are doing, so innovation should be there, right? When providing in education also, whatever thing. So one liner innovation in the legal services delivery. And then quality of education. Thank you, Dr. Varsha. So now you can see, and then the practice, right? We are having a law firm. I have, hundreds of juniors are there in my law. So it is not a startup, right? There is no until unless there is a, innovative part. Innovation is there, right? Sometimes tech-based, platforms are there, firms are there. That is, fine. Otherwise, generally, you having law offices having hundreds of juniors and growth infrastructure offices, all over the, major cities in India. The answer is no. It is not a startup. Now we see, let me I hope you must be aware about this acronym. You can divide in the legal startup like B2C, business to customer, B2B, business to business, business to government, and business to lawyer. Uh, like B2C, definitely we discuss, like I need a lawyer, right? So we discussed, in earlier session also, we need a lawyer. So how, I can find a lawyer in particular places. So there are also on a platform, some platform like do it yourself. You just put, for example, I want to prepare an affidavit. So I can put certain things and then documents is ready, affidavit and agreement, anything online, the accessibility free legal aid or online legal aid. These are the example. Various other example are also there in the B2C category. Uh, B2B, same thing like finding a lawyer. Like every organization, institution, they are not having full-time lawyer, right? In-house legal counsel. So whenever there's a need, so it can be done, get it done from outside. So finding, they can also find a lawyer, manage a legal supply chain. Like there are sometimes, some great litigations are keep going in major companies. So that way, how, think from institution, from starting a case and then, entire, the journey, things happening. Various laws, rules, regulations are there. So the compliance also, as I told you, there are also platforms, so compliance can be done. Contract management, love things like sitting at home, we can do the contract. Right? Earlier, you can see what was the scenario. Who are seniors in our, as a participant, we have to go in, code, get the stamp paper, get it done, typing, and then you can imagine, right, the kind of harassment, and then it was very tedious task at that particular point of time. Now it's easy. Now government also like B2G category. So government also they need innovation part. So they also doing this innovation and they also keep inviting people are there. They are doing pro bono for and then from the invitation also they keep suggesting to government also now in like there are AI committees also there in government like in Supreme Court. So and we know the cases like appendix of cases on the participants suggested. So like platform for like online dispute resolution, like, and then preparation of software for judiciary that also can be done or for the government also, not judiciary, government also things can be done for other body like quasi judicial body or various different department. Other platform also you can this Supes and Suvas, like translation. So these are the platforms are there. Uh, Again, like pro bono services, this Nyay Bandhu app is also there, like app. So and then like for the legal aid, like telelaw started in 2017. So for the pre-litigation advice, and then Nyay Bandhu app was launched in 2019. So these are the technology-based platforms are there. Now, have you heard about like live transcription in arguments in court? No, whatever we are, I'm like presenting a case in front of judges. So do you know anything how it's being recorded? We know video conference happening, but how whatever I'm making submission, do you think it's recorded? Or whatever they ask, that things are recorded. Staff are there, court staffs are there. What's your idea? Are you aware about live transcription of arguments in Supreme Court? Any idea? No idea? Okay, no problem. So you can see this one, they had a trial, right? You can see. So this is one of the case like, related situation. So this is again example. So it was a trial. And then, so again, so one brother was practicing in UK and then came in India and then with talking with his brother and friends. So they started this thing. It's, things are happening in foreign country. Why we are not implementing in India? So the company is a Nomology Technology Private Limited company. So in one of the event he made which he just said, Dr. D.Y. Chandrachud, and then he asked, why didn't you come and meet me? And then now see, so this is a trial. You can see everything is being recorded. And by the time, like, 4 o'clock, so they run a trial. So Chief Justice of India, you can say, so just for the implementation, like, information of all the members, this, and then Mr. Sibal, that's wonderful. Everything we are already then, Mr. Sibal, no, 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 I think it is a wonderful idea. So you can see that the conversation going, sometimes you might have seen longer cases. It goes like anything. It's for the hours, and then, day, entire day, the argument is being done. So that way they did trial, and then by the time, 4 or 5 o'clock, it will be there, and by the time evening. So that was the thing. It will be cleaned and will be available to parties and advocates also. So that way, because what happens, like, everything is not, it's not possible. Whatever arguments I'm making, okay, how things happen. They'll ask Postmaster, okay, you record this thing and then it will be recorded. Not each and every sentence. Sometimes what happens, not recorded. So, things what happen. I made a very crucial statement now or not being recorded. So you can see the repercussion of that particular, what will be there in particular case. So that's the thing. Uh, Business to lawyer, like legal research we discussed, like, earlier session, like case mind, we need also analytics also, in which judgment, like, the judge, what kind of, how many number of judgment they given favor or against the judgment. So again, these are the analytics, AI based and technology based, like client case management also, I am running a big firm, so I need to, entire thing, I have to manage entire client and case management, and then lawyers to lawyers networking. These are the example of business to lawyer, B2L. Now see, these are the example, like a different example in legal startups like live law. Some must be aware about, and then case mind, related to judgment. Live law, they are again focusing on judgment. Some of the startup, you can see they are law octopus, like they are focusing on the conference seminar dissemination. So live law octopus, they are in the market for more than a decade. So different startups like JRTC intern, so for the internship, and then social legal startups for the judgment, for legal aid, legal awareness, some, so different kind of startups are there. So we are not going to this aware. Now see, these are the student, all the platform that we are using, Law Seco, iBleeder. So they are the law student. When they, like, they were studying law school at that particular time, I call them, frustrated students. Whenever you go, don't think people are studying in national law school or big law schools in abroad also, you are having great learning. The answer is no. As a student, as a faculty also, you should think, okay, this is the issue, and then how we can solve this particular issue, right? And come up with a solution. So you can see these are the platform everybody is using this platform. And the Locktopus again started, it has been almost 11, 12 years. And when he was on second year, then he started Tanuj Kalia. And then in Corona time, he started Locktopus Law Schools also offering various, programs. So these are the example how, things are there. Uh, Again, this is the AI based, the put a, like, just put your query like Law Board Pro. This is example we saw, we called Om also, right? Nivan, again, he'll be launching soon. So for last couple of years, he's working. So put your query and, you'll get the results. So these are the example of, AI based. Now you see, it's okay. Now, various law schools, they are promoting related to like tech based, or sometimes still center like in GNL, there is a center for law and technology is there. And now in, like, Dhirubhai Ambani University in Gandhinagar. So they had a, like program also, AI and law, Center for AI and Tech Law, they inaugurated. And last year, like recently, they have set up School of Law also. So it was not there. Earlier, it was there was like Center for AI and Technology Law. And then now full-fledged, obviously they will be focusing on this part. Now forensic university also, they are focusing on, the forensic and AI and technology. This way they are offering this course. And different law schools also, with the help of a center like, AI and law, and then Center for Law and Technology. Anyway, they're focusing on, some activities. And then I will also focusing on writing literature, or, research work and publication that we have been doing for last, a few years. uh, See, these are the, like, different competitions. Anybody have heard about hackathon? Have you heard about a word called hackathon? Anyone? So hackathon, what happens? Oh, yes, thank you, Lakshmi. So what happens, like, when there is a problem, and then, we have, like, solution is asked for, like, okay, thank you, Archana and Lakshmi. Yeah. Right. So, in simple word, problem is given, right? Problem statement, you have to find out the solution and be right present in that particular competition. So these are the example in last, and GNL will be doing for last, some year for this planning this hackathon also, and then NFSU we did with the NFSU couple of two edition of legal hackathon. We put up a problem, invited solution in that particular competition. The NFSU we did, and then we are like, we must be knowing like Cyril Amarchand Mangaldas. So 5 6 years back, they come up with this initiative called Prarabh. So in that way, um they come up with this supporting the legal tech startup, right? So legal mind again, legality again, the tech AI based startups. They supported the Prarabh called CAL, Cyril Amarchand Mangaldas. And then recently in afternoon, I saw uh, like the founder like came, they set up a center AI and in Jindal Global Law School recently. Just check it out. I saw in afternoon. So things are happening with the help of center or chair or any committee. So think they are offering training program, research work, and then publication research works. Those things are happening in this field, particular field. Now there is a think tank, right? Various famous think tank like Daksh with the Center for Legal Policy. So, and then other, three, four are there, very prominent in India. So, Daksh, they set up like, MOU with the IIT. You can check the website. So, Center for Excellence of Law and Technology. So various report also they have come up. So you can check the website dux-lawtech.iit Delhi. So they had a MOU with, they set up a center at IIT Delhi. So Dux Center for Excellence for Law and Technology. So they are again focusing on this tech AI based, this research part, and then policy making also. Now another example, like look at this. In what happened, like for last 4 5 days we are discussing like whether AI can be helpful in particular field. Again, depending on the situation, for certain cases, like for example, as a judge, I need to give a custody of a child to, like whether we go to mother or father. So that human, it cannot be decided by the AI and technology. So that way, in that case, human element will be there. But certain kind of cases, like in a compensation or many and things, so this can be managed, right, with the help of. So we have to decide, or maybe in like filing of the cases, like refining up, while editing the cases, these things can be done with the help of AI. So you can see this is the one of the editorial I was reading into 2022. So passport to justice, can AI help to cut pendency dramatically? What happens like in India, sometimes very silly cases, I would say, sometimes I don't want to name that particular case, it goes to, and then you see the headlines, Supreme Court decided, I don't know how many aware of Article 142, doing a complete justice, right? So very silly cases you will go, and it can be decided at even not in at a high court level, but at least it can be decided at a district level. It should not reach to Supreme Court. So again, we are not going to that debate. So like you can see, there is a platform, different platforms, how it can be used in this AI. Now, another like example, like will. We keep talking about, you can pick up any subject matter and come up with solution in that particular field. So you see, like you can, for example, you can focus on like we know company law, somebody doing, and then insolvency, bankruptcy, competition, platforms are there, right? Different kind of initiatives are there. In IPR, I have seen people are focusing on IPR, and that in that IPR again, a couple of I have seen they just focus on particular branch of IPR like copyright or geography indication or patent. So those kind of things, niche areas are also there. Now see this Asan is Hindi word easy. No, there are issue. If you like, will is not there, what kind of issues happen after the death of that particular person. So here, like Vishnu is not like, and then many examples are there started by engineers in legal field. So he started this, Vishnu Chundi. So he started this platform called, Asan Will. So you can see, so will entire, from preparation to entire thing, the flow, this, and then a few years back, uh, one of the platform called Get Yellow Dot in that don't remember exactly. So they are chartered accountant having experience of 15 year plus. So that was the first example. I also got to know, okay, somebody started platform for in uh, like this on wheel. And this is the another example that's reading in Times of India start in the startup story. So you can see he is having a degree from British Pilani and then master in nanotechnology from Cambridge University. And then after MBA in London Business School. So you can see various example. I told that we called a student, right, doing engineering in the biomedical. So you can biotechnology. So you can see, and then he's solving a problem in the legal field. So we can, and there are good examples. One guy is from law field and somebody from the technological field, and then come up with a good platform. So those things are there because that will be a good combination. Because tech guy must not be knowing the law of various aspects of legal field. The same, vice versa. So it will be a good team. So maybe you can think in future also, or maybe must be thinking in this particular line. Yes, this is again. I was reading and immediately I take the photograph. I put it and save for the my reading also and keep sharing with participant whenever I get the chance. So this is, as I told you, this before starting Dhirubhai, this School of Law in Dhirubhai Ambani University in Gandhinagar in Gujarat. So we can see they had a program on like as I told you, there's a center. Sorry, for AI and technology, and now we have law schools. So obviously, deal with this. So Dhirubhai Ambani Center for Technology and Law. That is the first center on the Dhirubhai Ambani University. So technology guys there, and then their 2 day events they plan. Insaf ka hai, Insaf is justice. That is that in English model to help unite legal notes for the common man. So you can see here, I will share this PPT. You can just read out. I'm not reading right now. A platform powered by existing technology such as ChatGPT and then different phases of development. And then, so what happened? Like still, like legal insight would come very much handy in such scenario. And what AI-based platform list a point-to-point answer to. So obviously, like in one line, what happens? Say whatever is inputs is available, that will be like will be processed and presented in front of you. If no input is there, you can imagine nothing will be there, so it will give you some very ridiculous answer also, or maybe very funny, I would say, some point of time. So things are there. This example I told you, the student presented Om Wagmare a few days back. Now the Supreme Court, right, in judicial second. Yeah. So, this, as I told you, like, judiciary and government machinery also they want solution. So this is the first time in history Supreme Court invited idea from outside, right? So I told you hackathon is like the competition when your problem is given and then solution are asked. So 2022, you can see they created no again, it was not open for all. I'm talking with the first edition in 2022. So Supreme Court invited ideas on a filing and listing of judicial matter in the Supreme Court of India. So it was not again open for all. It was very like incited idea, sorry, an invited idea, right? Till even the law clerk they were eligible to for participation, but it was not open for all. So for filing a listing, and now you see that hackathon different. So Smart India hackathon in 2023. So government also they keep putting. So what happens in this competition? Just forget about hackathon for your understanding. In the competition, they put the problem statement. So they invited like Smart India hackathon. They put a problem statement. So different ministry, the central ministry and department, they put a problem statement on this, and then they invited ideas on that. So you can see they have just put up a screenshot of Ministry of Law, and then different ministry department also they have put up their problem statement. So by search also you can search select theme, category, and organization. So I put up Ministry of Law and Justice. So and then I don't know you will see or not. So organization, problem statement, category, software they ask for, right? So you can see I have put up here. So they ask idea for like case management, platform for children rights, under trial prisoners, legal awareness. No, that was the thing. Uh, Again, so digital assessment for legal awareness, tech-driven solution for under trial prisoners in India. So I hope you must be aware about that 80%, more than 80% plus, right? Prisoners, they are under trial prisoners. The case are going on, right? So they invited. Now this is the second edition. We discussed that, and then first edition, this is second edition. So it was open for all. So Hackathon 202 open for organization, firms, company, academic institutions, and the individuals with expertise in IT and AI. Full focus on that way. So solution must be AI based, unique, innovative, compliant with Supreme Court rules, and must address the problem statement provided, right? So this was the problem statement. AI and tech based, not normal. This should be changed in law. No, no. Answer is no. AI and tech based data. So you can see the problem statement A and B. Development of AI based model for extraction of data, including metadata, data fields such as name of parties, address, act, section, provisions, category, identification, formats of petitions such as SLP, Supreme Court, and as per the Supreme Court Rule 2013, and the scrutiny of cases. And statement B, development of AI-based model for conversation use case, chatbot English, scheduled language in Constitution of India, answer queries about a case-related information, summarization of judgment, court documents. So this two problem statement, this is second edition, right? In 2024, they put up this statement, and IT and tech-based solution they invited. In first edition, couple of students from VIT Chennai, they were engineering student. I think that mechanical engineering student, they approached me 2 3 years back, and then sir we are focusing on this, participating for guidance. We had a meeting with those students, and they are a first year student mechanical. I think I don't remember exactly that area. So and that they approached me, and they are preparing that participation in that first edition of the hackathon. So these are the platform, I started again, not take again facilitating, I promoting legal startups, right? Keep promoting, suggesting, guiding, right? Something innovative. I suggest do in the legal field. If you don't have any idea, right? Don't worry about those things. Like for example, I know how to solve the problem, right? Even like for example, how case should be filed, how appeal anything, right? So with the help of have a good team, right? Tech guys there, or maybe I can be individual, or I can hire someone to prepare that that particular app or website, anything that's to solving a particular problem. So that way things can be done. Now I suggest keep reading, right? This is after this program also might have uh, give some idea, right? How things are happening in AI and technology and data protection things are happening, right? So this is again some kind of small courses or lecture. I keep reading, and like I told you the startup story. These are the my newspapers. I took the right picture and put it on a slide. I read, I put on the picture and keep sharing those things. So whenever I see when Times of India or any other paper, I don't know, in maybe on particular day, Sunday or maybe another, like they some startup story will be there, and then half of the time it will be tech based startup story, how they started, how they are solving a particular problem, and then how somebody started. So read those startup stories, right? How they particular person they thought of. So these are the like some online courses are there. Like I in Corona time I attended this particular course by offered by free course like MOOC course, right? Like some course is there. So then I come to know some of the terminology. Like for example, moonlighting. Moonlighting means like you are working somewhere else, and then you are working on your particular your idea also, and then after sometimes if good, so you can move to full time for your venture also. Many things. So again I keep telling, like have a like entrepreneurial mindset, means problem solving, how to solve this particular problem. But again sometimes tech guy must not be having the idea, right? How to solve a particular problem. So but you can get it done from outside also. or this kind of competition. Sometime might have seen there are kind of policies are there for faculty members. They also can be a part of particular project. Competition is there, so team will be there like faculty member and student will be there. They participate and submit the entry also. And then recently might have seen not tech based, so ministry like department also they are in competition like reel making competition or hackathon sometimes. So they keep inviting ideas from outside because they have also limitations. They have team, but again after certain point of time it's very difficult to like time paucity and then not having any expertise. So that way, as I told you, how and then some of the committee like platform create a pro bono basis for Supreme Court. So these are the examples are also there. How you can be a part of this activities. How can you contribute your personal level or government, judiciary, institution level also, right? And the platform, one of the platform, as I told you, like GRTC interns. Internship, we feel difficulty. So how they started for internship. So try to see how, and then when you're in a multidisciplinary university, sometimes you might have like you're in standard law school, so it will be difficult, right? You won't be able to interact with people from other discipline. But when this multidisciplinary university, so have a friend from other department also, and then you never know after on the chai time, right? Tea time, you can have some good idea and then come up with good solution in that way of and create a platform, right? You can pitch, and now as I told you, facilities are there like funding for so no, wherever you go right now, right? Any place your things are there, schemes are there. Just you have to think, you have to put your idea and pitch your idea, and then you'll get the funding, and then start moving and then grow in that particular field. Yes, I am done from my side. Any question, query from your side? Yes, any question, query, thought? You can unmute yourself and then communicate, or you can tell me any problem, right? What can be the solution? Do you think any like yes? Okay, thank you. Yes. Any other issue, whether as a student, you tell me the problem, right? So we can discuss for a 5-10 minutes before we conclude.
Sir,
So as a
good,
faculty,
good evening,
yes,
sir.
yes, yes,
May I ask one query? Sir,
yes, ma'am.
you have said means you have presented that nomology वो जो आपने जो ऐप बताया ना उसमें the recording of the arguments which are going on in the court can be recorded. That is the issue which was solved by that particular initiative. Is it right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So it is used in a Supreme Court and other courts, or it is
It
in
to
the initiative stages?
it was trial basis. In Shiv Sena case, as whatever presented you, it was done on trial, not
Okay.
started full fledged.
Okay.
I told you DY Chandrachud, he invited those, Nomology Technology Private Limited, Bangalore-based company. So that was a trial base. So, everything will be recorded, and by the time, 4 or 5 o'clock evening time.
It is transferred while using this platform online, and you argue, and it is automatically recorded by that particular app. Is it so?
Yeah, that platform. It will be cleaned, right? What you know how things happen.
Yes.
Whatever for example, we speak in mobile also or TV also.
Yes.
Sometimes
Yes.
so it
Yes.
goes sometimes very different. We are speaking,
Yes.
right? You
Yes.
search, so it
Yes.
will be cleaned. I will share that particular news article. So in that way, so it will be cleaned and available by the evening and the same
Yeah,
day.
yeah. So that Google Doc system is there when you speak, and it is automatically typed in while preparing the Google documents, etc. While using those um, services offered by Google. So it is like this.
Maybe more advanced version, that way,
Okay.
like how look at this, how we were not like, I never been to Supreme Court, right? Now sitting at right now, everybody we
Uh,
can see
It's
how things are happening. A lot of things, at back end
Ac-
in, I don't know.
ac-
Sorry, madam.
Sorry, sir, I am presenting that is my opinion that yes, the app is useful in Supreme Court, but it is more useful in the lower courts while presenting the case, a cross exam, if, examination in chief, etc.
Yes, ma'am, definitely. That is
Yeah.
a now what happened, like, example, sometimes like video conferencing, Supreme Court was not the pioneer in video conferencing. Gujarat High Court, they initiated.
Yes.
So sometimes you see some initiative come from high courts.
Yes.
Like, how many are aware about neutral citation? The citation,
New-
I hope you understand, AIR,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
SCC,
Yes. Yes.
Manu.
Yes.
Yes, any other participant. Do you know about neutral citation? So it's very difficult, right? To search citation, very difficult. The various classifications are there. So it will be like sequentially number, right? So in Supreme, like, Delhi High Court, they initiated. Like you see, for example, today's, so 2025. So if you see, for example, first case, around 2025. So 2025 INSC 1. So right first INS is Indian Supreme Court, and then 001, 023, right? That will be the number. If you see, I sometime might, or now, High Court, Supreme Court, they're putting QR code also, right? You might have seen. So you can scan and then get the record. Same thing like Delhi High Court. So 2025 DSC and then numbering. So that way, like, some like video conf somebody started now, keep telling, like, and then definitely at least stated, like it should be more used in lower court. So we see like sometime implementation immediately in future we'll see everything will be, recorded, especially maybe selective day, uh, some crucial part of that particular case, these things can be implemented. So yeah. Yes, any other question? Okay, there's a question from, yeah, I will share the PPT. So what are the measures we use to encourage student think out of box, even encourage for the startup? Yeah, first of all, we have to be aware about, like, for example, I keep telling about the theory part, right? What is entrepreneurship? ऐसा होता है. These are the salient features, and this is definitions. It will bore you after a certain point of time. So what, like, the preach what you practice. So at least we should implement, at least they, because student they follow us, right? What innovation, what extraordinary thing. Forget about innovation, AI technology, but again, how we're differentiating as a teacher from other teacher. I'm just going and teaching, provision, rule, regulation. Right? It will be very, very difficult to survive. Let me tell you, you have to give something extra in classroom. So then and then you think so, and then whenever you get the chance, let me tell you, 95% like whatever subject you are teaching, uh, platform like first year, first semester student, subject, law of torts, motor vehicle, and consumer protection act. So in that way, why are now that platform like the consumer related, platform, that innovation thing, what's happening in, and then contract, while teaching contract one and two, that's it. We can teach like advanced form of contract, how things are happening, how this kind of platform solving, program, sorry, the problems. So that way, and then you have to relate in your talk, in your things, right? That way you have to encourage students with examples and with your own, uh, you'll be able to relate. First of all, you have to set up example. Okay, there is a question from Pratik. Second, let me read out here. And then another thing will be like, I was like, one of the university. So there's again multidisciplinary university. Students were not law student, right? Law student क्या करेंगे? Innovation will be done by engineering and management students. So those things were there, and then sorry. So that way they were not aware about there's a startup cell is there. Then I motivated, okay, and then we planned orientation session by that. official manager or faculty coordinator come and discuss, because big university, like you can imagine 30 40 departments are there, and then uh, your law school is there in one of the corner of a particular big university. So that way I initiated, like, have a orientation session also, tell them this is the startup cell, entrepreneurship cell is there, so you'll get this kind of benefits are available. And then 2 3 students, they got funding also. So after my lecture and then the orientation session also. Okay, there is a question from Pratik. Startup phase challenges such as lack of funding, regulatory hurdles, tough competition, difficulty in hiring skill, managing cash flow. Okay, there is a statement or not question. So yeah, definitely. Ha, like for example, like no, you never know because of particular problem, right? You don't have money, you will fall down. Don't have good idea, you will fall down, right? So things will be there. You don't have good team, you will fall down. Don't have legal compliance, you fall down, right? So things are there, so you have to be prepared and then strategically, and definitely you may be out of the market, that things also happen. So don't worry, like we have example. So I give you example, like I don't know how many have seen Shark Tank, four season, like each and almost every episode I have seen. It takes at least 2 to 3 hours. I have watched almost all the episodes of Shark Tank fourth season. How people are coming, thinking, and then sharks who are judging, they failed in three, four, their startup. Don't think they, okay, having like for example, boat, right? Aman Gupta, okay, no, no, right? Everybody is like sitting right in Shark Tank judging. They failed. It's not their first startup, like Lenskart, like abuse, and then Oyo. So this kind of various examples are there. Very, very few example you succeed in very first. Otherwise, you'll get success in second, third, fourth, fifth. You never know. Yes, Mahendra.
Good evening. My question is slightly different from what the startup is, what you have been discussing. You have done a lot of things in the research, and after getting a doctorate, I think there are two, three doctors also here. My question is, I'm from finance background, and I have been shifting to this side off and on, and of course, understanding the procedural issues and other issues and all. But my experience has been by the time the pleadings are complete and the case comes to the maturity for arguments, a lot of time is wasted by the courts and all, and that too particularly the trial court level, be it in the TRD side, in CLT or any other. My question is if I have to set up my own law firm, which niche area which is least attended so far and which requires less of this kind of procedural hassles? Can you suggest it? Sorry.
Sorry, can you repeat last part? You want to start?
No, no. Sorry. My question is, by your own experience, by other students who have been practicing in this field and all, which is the area which is least attended and which requires less of the procedures and which can give the maximum benefits, and one can think it of. One can think it of, okay, let me shift to this area. This requires less of the time and more of the benefits and give comfort to people also and comfort to life. Any things you can
I would
suggest?
say there is nothing, right? If you want to start something, there is, forget about having comfortness. You have to keep those things, because you never know what will happen. What will happen, for example, many example I have seen, like like startup. For example, you're having finance background. So my friend, like he's CA and PhD also. So working in startup area. Another example, let me give you a legal whiz in Ahmedabad. She work in legal Zoom in USA, and then from the he launched same thing, right, for the legal compliances, and then accounting other thing, and then they started this in 2016. He is only BCom. Just imagine, he's not CA and lawyer also, but again he had a great experience in legal Zoom in USA, and then he's launched this startup, because now you know startups are buzzing. So for this thing, you have a good team, right? I can start at, for example, 20 kind of compliances that are there. So they're providing, the registration part also, right? Another part like IPR part, and then accounting part also, and various other compliances also. So now that way, and then now we like legal part people are working on, again insolvency professional also, finance guy also, they are also becoming insolvency professional, competition part also. So that way, things can be done. You can start have a good team, and then okay, one guy will be focusing on particular compliance. You will take care of regulation. I will take care of accounting, auditing, take care of IPR part. So that thing is going on right now, uh, currently.
No,
So
I was
startup is
different. Yeah, I was on different side. I come across many students who are now switching over to CCI and IPA. Reason being CCI area is, I think, having cases which are less, but it requires a lot of specialization. And same thing about IPR also. Although people do multiple things at multiple times, kind of specialization or innovation lacking. I thought you have anything in mind. This is like another similar type of things which are no attending the this one attention of the new generations. Okay, let us shift to this side now.
so like, for example, you have, as I told you, like you want to start a hotel, you need not to be chef. If you know how to get the problem solved, get the people, and and get the things done. And nothing like, one liner I would say, nothing easy, right? A lot of competitions are there. Where like, finance, anything, lawyer, more than 2 lakh people are doing law and passing out. So that's why I keep telling you have to, go extra mile in legal, in teaching also. I keep telling law teachers also, we have to otherwise will be redundant. And
Mm.
there is no clear cut answer. If you pick up this field and you'll be success, the answer
Thank you
is
so
I
much.
don't have any answer for this.
Thanks so much. Thanks.
You have to find out, like I just told you, after certain point of time, maybe idea, interest can keep changing. I didn't want to do law. I didn't want to become a teacher. But again, another example, as I told you, people are different field. They're solving a problem, legal field, legal, lawyers. They're as I told you, Shark Tank. I have seen in fourth season around 4 5 lawyers. They started something, and one of the like in different field. Like so, I work as a lawyer, advocate at certain 10 years, 15 years. That was the thing. Another example, like a law student. Uh, I hope you must be aware of ODR. Like I'm talking to by law, like ODR, like ADR is there, alternative dispute resolution. Another thing is like online dispute resolution. So these things are also like, you are in like when Mahendra rightly like, you are in finance area. So now this is again field, so you need not to be lawyer. Like as an arbitrator, like the professional, you become arbitrator, mediator also. This platform called SAMA, you can just check it out later on. I have not put up a lot of things on, presentation. So they are solving this problem like in online, right? So and then with this help, finance company, NBFC finance company, they have reduced the cost by 40, around almost 40% by with this conventional method of filing cases and litigations. So those things are happening. So don't worry, like even you have to be expertise. For example, I'll be focusing on like alternative, like resolving case outside of the, so those who have become specialized, there is no need to having a law degree. You will become arbitrator and mediator. So that way you can resolve the issue. That's really things are moving on, moving in India.
Sir,
Yes,
I
any
will
other
just share with you for information. I did certified arbitration for my CICI also, and also
okay, okay, sir.
IAC also. I'm certified mediator. I went to High
Yes, sir.
Court. I went to High Court. He let me impanel. Their response was 15 years of practice, 10 to 15 years advocate practice. This is the law, and this is the kind of a SOP of all high courts in India. Okay, forget about. I understood what did they mean. Then arbitration part, IICA told about, okay, now you are certified this one mediator, and you will get ample scope, ample cases, commercial, and all. I think more than 200 students they got enrolled, and none of them could get it. And then finally they started, okay, what is this happening? The no new thing is happening. Okay, let us have something what we called about this ODR and all. People started.
Sir,
I think I will not discuss much on this. And
Yes,
you understood what I
I,
mean to say. But
I
what
completely,
I mean to say, all these things, become redundant when there are different kind of practices adopted by different institutions, be it High Court level or Supreme Court level.
And then every, like, so let me give you example, like IPR. IPR was booming like anything, right? So I know in legal field for almost 2 decades how, some things start, right? So there is a, like, there is a product and career life cycle. So we see now people, everybody want to become an arbitrator mediator. In my circle, and in teaching, NET, I don't know, must be NET and SET exam and then PhD. Many people are there, but you have to differentiate, and competition will be there. I don't tell in one line, do this thing, you will be successful. No. You have done this course, many people are doing 40 hours, arbiter mediator, mediation, program. Don't they become expert? The answer is no. It will take certain time, right? And consistency, and then competition will be there, and then you have to come up out of that particular thing. So that's my answer. Yes, any other things? Thank you very much for great discussion, and then I can just fully agree with your thoughts and inputs. Okay, anything else? I'll share the PPT, please go through. So thank you very much for your time. So, and thanks to listening to me, I got the opportunity to speak and share my experience in this particular program. Thank you very much.